Hail them.
Hailing frequencies open, sir.
Hailing frequencies. Open.
They're hailing us, sir.
On screen.
Hello and welcome to another Hailing Frequencies Open podcast, where we're trekking through the past and future of Star Trek. I'm your host, Mike Jones, and joining me via the magic of the Zoom call are my co-host, Aaron and Ben. Say hi,
Hello,
guys.
everybody.
Hello, internet friends.
Yay.
And we have a special guest host with Aaron, although I don't think you'll be able to hear him.
He's sleeping.
Little Lieutenant Parker. He's with us.
Lieutenant Commander Fuzzy Face.
Oh.
Yes, someone got a new puppy.
I got
We're
a
very
puppy.
excited.
If he wakes up, I promise to share him with our Patreon audience who is joining us via video.
Yes.
Yeah, you can catch the video thing. I just tried something really cool, so I hope it worked.
Oh,
so
good.
it started out as speaker view, right, where Mike's talking. And then it was like when you introduced us, I went to gallery view, and then so hopefully maybe our videos popped up right when that
that's
happened.
fun.
So
That's
that's kind of
exciting.
fun.
That's a good
So it was like
idea.
a big
I like
reveal,
it.
I guess. I don't know. But hey, we're excited to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us on Hailing Frequencies Open.
Yeah, and sorry.
We're glad to be here. That's
We're
all.
super psyched.
We're going to watch
psyched.
some Star Trek, so everything's good.
You would think that with the video, I would learn to look at your mouth to see if you're about to say something before I cut you off.
No,
but that's
I
not
also
intuitive.
started waving to people like when we start. Like I'm like because people might actually see this. So.
Mhm.
A friend of mine
I think it's
just
fun.
told me that she had a Zoom call that ended up being just a phone call, like an audio only phone call.
Oh,
And she said at
Like
the
you
end,
do.
she waved at the screen and was like, "Oh God, what am I doing? Like I've been conditioned."
because there's
for
no
Zoom
there's no
calls.
reason to do that. Yeah, the studio is my home studio is in a bit of a shambles at the moment. I'm sorting through all of my Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. I'm wearing a Dungeons and Dragons shirt today,
Fabulous.
if anyone cares. And
Wow.
so, Mike, we still have to play our. You know what we should do is we should do the Star Trek RPG over Zoom and make it a Patreon perk benefit.
We
Oh.
should.
We'll get some other
Should
friends
Dave-
involved. It'd be super fun.
I would be
Yeah.
into that. I
I
would be
still
into
have
that.
the
Let's do it. Like a special one shot.
book.
Maybe we could even live stream it. Hell, who
Oh my
knows?
God.
Maybe
That
no
would
one
be
would
fun.
watch it. This is. I have my best ideas when I'm tired and hungry. I have
That
to make
says a
money
lot.
with art so I can eat.
Right. I've been
I'm
in
only
tech rehearsals with
creative.
you. I think that's true.
That is so true. I get my best ideas when I'm like when I'm burnt out. That I'm like, it's brilliant. But I need a little bit of recharge time because that's when the ideas happen. Like I have to burn
Mhm.
out, and then
Yeah.
like if I get a night's sleep, then I come back in the next day with like 100
Fresh.
ideas. I'm like, okay, I
Mhm.
solved all the problems. Anyway, we're here to talk about Contagion. No,
Yes.
not the coronavirus.
I told
Because we're
Tim.
all sick of that.
The distress call from the Yamato.
Tim asked what we're talking about tonight, and I said Contagion, and he was like, "Well, that's appropriate." And I hadn't even put two and two together. I was like, "Oh, right, it's 2020, Contagion."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
It's shocking to me that you didn't put two and two together, though.
I
It's
didn't.
Contagion.
It's
Mike
Contagion.
Jones. Mike
you know,
Jones.
I do remember at one point I was trying to think of episodes to watch, like that were related to. It's a topic I decided not to do, but I was like, what if we made a list of episodes that like deal with pandemics or disease or quarantine? And there are episodes that deal with those things. They go to planets, they solve plagues and whatever. And I remember then thinking
biofilters.
about Contagion is the title, but
Yeah.
it's not really about that. But
Yeah.
I decided not to make that list because it was just depressing me.
Yeah,
Because we
it's
all want
not
Dr. Crusher
fun.
to come through and
Yeah, not Pulaski. No one's interested in that.
no one. This show should really just be called Hailing Frequencies, not Pulaski.
she'll slap a splint on it and tell you to walk it off.
I may
That's
just
not
be
medicine.
tough old country doctor. But
but you're what?
But I don't know. But
You're like,
I've never seen a Andalusian flu like this.
Someone feed Ben. Ben
Yeah.
needs food.
Help me.
Because
And you know how you can help feed me
Help
is
me.
subscribe to
I'm
our
poor.
Patreon.
Yes, before we get into our main topic, I want to thank you for listening and encourage you to check out our Patreon. You can find it over on patreon.com, of course, or you can go to Hailing Frequencies Open and click support us. There's the puppy.
And then you get
They
to see the buddies.
Yes.
Oh.
See
Come and join our
Lieutenant
crew.
Commander Parker.
Oh, his tongue is hanging out.
Oh
He's
my goodness.
sleepy.
Oh, this is going to
I-
be tough if I keep
I
seeing that
can't-
puppy.
I can't talk about dogs with a normal adult voice.
I
I'm
know,
I'm
I
"Oh
talk
my
like this."
gosh."
And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, the pupper. I have several dog voices that only come out when I'm around canines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a
Oh,
different
my
voice for big dogs. It's a little deeper.
It's a little bit more like that.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
a little
exactly.
bit over the big dog.
Oh my god, now look at you.
Look at that big old doggo. Okay.
So
Sorry.
he's just
that's
found
enough.
cushions in the couch and he shoved
Oh,
his
he's
face
like-
into it and now he's asleep again.
Oh, instantly.
Oh.
Puppies can fall asleep like instantly.
God.
I need
I
that.
know.
0
ability.
to 60 and back to 0.
Yeah.
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 So please
any
take a
event-
moment. Oh, sorry.
Support our puppy.
Yes.
Support us through Patreon.
We have mouths to feed.
Please.
Or you can give us a and you can give us a review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars, give us a rating, all that stuff. Make us easier for people to find because there's a bounty of Star Trek podcasts out there, and I listen to half of them.
A federation of
Yes.
And something to remember is if you have rated us in the past and it's been a year, I think you can rate again.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
I
And we
believe
I should
you
go back
can
and re-rate
rate
some of my
annually.
favorite podcasts then.
Yeah.
So consider doing that, but especially right now in your favorite podcast player, find Hailing Frequencies Open, 5 stars.
5 stars.
5
stars.
stars. 5 stars or don't waste our time if we're being honest.
five
Just-
pips.
Listen, guys,
Admiral.
I've got a puppy. They're expensive.
Admiral
we-
Pips.
We need patrons and we need 5-star
I-
reviews.
Give us those
I don't
Admiral
think,
Pips. Come on now.
Come on,
We're gonna
guys.
buy dog food.
We're counting on you.
Okay.
So today,
Today, whenever you're listening to this, we're going to do a watch along with the season 2 episode of The Next Generation, season 2 episode 10? No, 11.
11.
Season 2 episode 11.
Yeah.
Contagion. And so get your VHS, your CBS All Access, your Netflix ready,
Your laser
And-
disc.
your Laserdisc, your Betamax. I don't know. What else
reel
is
to
there?
reel, perhaps.
Old
Your
school film
8
strip.
millimeter film strip.
Wait till it's being shown on Pluto and start the podcast. Actually, then you would have commercials. That would be hard. All right. I'll give you a countdown to hit play on the episode. 3, 2, 1, play. And here we go.
And we're off.
Captain's
No,
log.
we're not. What's
Oh,
happening?
are you paused?
I'm not. I've got nothing.
I'm watching it. What's wrong with it? Click the Netflix party.
Oh,
Oh,
it says people are buffering. I got a message that said you're buffering.
Oh,
I was buffering, but now I can see.
Excellent.
okay. I think we're synced up now.
We're heading into the neutral zone.
Mm-hmm. Picard's getting up,
Synchronize Netflix.
walking out of the
Yep.
Yeah,
ready room.
Yeah, he just
Yep.
walked out of the ready room. We already had dramatic music. We started out dramatically.
Mm.
4 minutes, 33 seconds.
Is this the first reference of the Yamato, or did we see it? We saw a fake version of it once, right? In a cloud. Am I crazy? Was that the one where Worf was
Oh.
like, 2 bridges, 1 bridge, 1 Riker?
Yes.
Sorry.
That
We've seen that
feels
episode
familiar.
already, right?
Yes.
That's season
I
1.
think so. That's season
Yes.
Yeah.
1. Because they think they
Yes.
see the Yamato, and they didn't.
Mhm.
Here's the Yamato. The Yamato has some cushy velvet on their horseshoe thing behind the captain.
Mhm.
Fancy.
He's got
Does he have a schematic
glorious-
behind him?
That's what it looks like.
And that are you
Is
about
that-
to talk about the stash?
Yeah,
That stash is legendary.
it's glorious.
His
I
mustache.
think it's like the backside of the central console or something. Like,
Well, yeah. Are they working on it? Is that why?
oh, maybe it's like, yeah, maybe it's the top part of it that's like opening up the hood. You know,
Clearly, they redressed the bridge set to film this and wanted it to instantly be recognizably similar but different. And they just added these. Oh yeah, they're moving panels and stuff behind them. They're like actively
they're
working.
like-
Is the idea?
You know what's so funny is it didn't occur to me until this moment that they weren't actually talking to one another in real time. Of course, these things are recorded completely separately, but I'm just watching it going, I forgot.
That was a willing suspension of disbelief.
I was suspending the hell out of it.
You know, poor Patrick Stewart is probably talking to a script supervisor who's like
Oh,
reading
of
the
course.
lines.
Because that's how television works. It's
Right.
not real. But I forgot.
I'm not 100% convinced of that.
It's
I want to
real.
believe.
This
I want
is
to
more
believe that
real.
they're such good scene partners that even though these were recorded separately, that the actors were actually there off camera feeding their lines to
Oh,
one another, just so they
that would
feel
be
the
nice.
Those
connection.
they probably never crossed paths with that actor.
Yeah, they probably
Like-
never did.
Truly never did. Yeah.
It was just a day, like the second unit or someone did this with no one else around.
Do
Because
you
they never
think-
even pull back. It's a tight shot on the other captain.
This is why I could never really be famous, because I would just watch. If I was, I don't know, Sir Patrick Stewart or anybody on this show, I would just watch the show all the time. Like
You would watch
and
yourself?
that-
Really?
and that would be more real to me than like my actual
Oh.
experience in the film. Oh God, in the film,
That's
in
unfortunate.
the in the series or whatever. Oh,
Oh, the Yamato just exploded. Sorry.
It's very
It sure did.
upsetting.
There's some cool special effects. I think that those were the remastered effects. I think that was a little different.
oh yeah,
So-
that was new.
Instantly, everyone's dead.
So did the saucer
Fudge.
section try to escape and the antimatter consumed it, or was it just all part of the same explosion?
I think it was part of the same explosion. I don't think they tried to saucer separate. I think the explosion
Well, I
was
think
in
the warp core exploded.
Right,
and then
it
propelled the
exploded.
saucer forward.
Yeah, it probably detached itself, but not on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's
It
obviously a
blew
fault
off.
line there that it would naturally break there because it's
Yeah.
already held together with the
With mag clamps and whatever.
clamps, right?
Are you upset about the
Um,
Yamato, Lieutenant Commander Parker?
Oh. While
Very
we're
upset.
He
while we're
looks
in
very
the
upset.
credits, this episode first aired March 20th, 1989.
Hmm.
Written by Steve Garber and Beth Woods, directed by Joseph Scanlon. 1989.
1989. You know what I watched last Friday? Batman 1989.
A classic.
The performances are amazing, but I have to say that film does not hold up.
Really? It doesn't age well?
It drags.
Oh.
And what was really funny was the scene where they're having the big parade where the Joker
Yes.
is going to sprinkle down like $20 million in the middle of Gotham City, which is a darker version of New York City. They
Right.
do this wide shot of the crowd, and it's truly like 20 people all just crowding to different parts of the camera to make it look like it's more people.
Just like
They
a
didn't
like a
Oh.
put it like
composite. Yeah.
extras. They didn't fill the sound stage with extras, so
Wow.
it looks so you have like a couple of parade floats being flooded by roughly 20 to 24 people, and
They
that's it.
spent all that money on parade floats and Jack Nicholson's salary.
And Prince, I mean, Prince
Oh,
got
and
paid
Prince.
for those songs.
Right.
Is that
I
the
loved that
Romulan
movie
bird
when
of
I was a kid.
prey? That's the Romulan
Yes.
bird of
Yeah,
prey.
that's
right?
a Romulan bird of prey because they're on the Romulan neutral zone.
Yeah.
Or in the Romulan neutral zone.
And they're
Very
like, why the
dangerous.
hell did you just blow up this ship?
They're already in violation of
Look how
treaty.
pissed he looks. He is so He is such a good actor.
That needs to be a meme.
I feel like the images on the screen are even clearer than the ones of the actors, like the Bird of Prey, and it's probably post, remastering and whatnot, but the
Sure.
image was so clear. We see her again, don't we? She looks so familiar.
Yes.
She comes back for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
She does. Carolyn, I'm trying to find her name. Carolyn Seymour. She plays another Romulan in the episode Face of the Enemy.
Okay.
Another Romulan commander. I don't think it's supposed to be the same one. And that's the one where Troy wakes up and she's a Romulan. We'll get to it in a few seasons.
Oh, that's right.
Season 4? 5.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And she also is a holodeck character in Voyager.
Interesting.
Good character actress.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
He's definitely showing like
They're cloaking.
strong hand. Bird of prey can't fire when she's cloaked.
Unless they've gotten better since the last time we saw them.
Right. God, he's like barking at everybody. He's so mad.
Yep.
His buddy
Well-
with the glorious mustache just died. Donald.
Yeah.
Right.
Consumed in an
1,000 people.
antimatter explosion.
Some good graphics of the ship there. I like it when Picard knows what's going on. When he's like, wait, no, I understand what you're talking about, and that's impossible. Because I understand engineering. But then he's like, okay, now explain it to me.
Yeah.
So often he fills the role of the say that in English. What are you trying to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like what? Who's?
Because we need that as an audience.
Absolutely. If they just went into full jargon all the time.
Right. Without someone there who's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
On Voyager, it's usually Lieutenant Paris, who's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because Janeway's like super smart and never needs anything explained. I love her.
Excuse me.
You okay?
I just had to sneeze off mic.
Yeah.
So that was tricky.
Well, sneeze into your elbow. Wear a face mask.
I do. I wear a face mask like all day. This is
Ugh.
the first time I haven't had one.
Tell me about it. I really want a Starfleet one, like a little uniform looking one.
I have seen those. They look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Troy's earning her paycheck.
Yeah, she's really doing her job.
She's advising the heck out of him.
Really, Riker should have said that, given him an alternative direction.
That's not what Riker wants to do. He wants to blow that bird of prey out of the water.
Right, that's true.
You don't want to leave the neutral zone. You kidding me?
He wants to put down a big old flag.
He's got a rager for those photon torpedoes.
Captain Picard is like, well, I should say Patrick Stewart is like really, really good in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
He's so, he looks haggard, you know?
What is he holding?
What is he holding?
Like
Oh,
what,
something from the archaeological
Yeah,
dig,
the thing
but like,
from he's about to say what it is.
But what is the prop? Like, what did they make that out of?
I think it was just wood with a glass ball glued onto it.
I wanted it to be like, I don't know,
Like a
a
woman's
universal
razor.
remote control with
Oh, sure.
or something. Like, I wanted it to be a thing.
Right. Like the communicators in the Star Wars prequels, they're like
Yeah.
little women's razors.
That's
Have
good character actor.
oh yeah, this guy. You guys have watched the first episode of Lower Decks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the second or third yet?
I have not. I'm behind.
I am too.
Okay. Then I won't say
I'm
much.
not the
but
only one this time.
it's funny that he's like making a log, like he's like making his own little captain's log, and he's just like a ensign, you know. It's like,
Mhm.
look, they tell us to make logs. So that's funny that they're all supposed to like make logs.
Dear diary.
Right.
If only I knew. This is getting serious now.
I think
You can hear the music. Bong, bong, bong.
I think my log would be really boring.
Hi,
what do you think?
Stardate 42609.01. A drain got to do its experiment today. We almost died. That was crazy. And
I mean, you know, my live journal from back in the day was pretty
I know,
boring.
right? You would not believe what Ensign Porter said to me today.
Right.
It'd be just Caddy. You'd just be like
Right.
Caddy in your log. It'd be like, I'm going to go write in my live journal. I'm going to go do my captain's log.
Troy thinks she can pull off that low cut outfit, and let me tell you, the door didn't open.
Ooh.
Oh, we've
That's a
never
red
seen
flag.
that happen. That's never not happened.
Except on gag reels.
Well, the thing, like, there is a bit of humor in this episode,
Yeah.
and I really would have appreciated if he fully ran into it.
Oh yes.
Physical comedy.
Yeah, they don't lean into the humor in this episode at all. I think they really want us to think that like the ship is freaking out and is going to kill them.
Well, no, they do, but the characters,
What
I
the
think,
devil
to
is
a certain extent, embrace the ridiculousness of the situation, because there are a few moments where wild things happen and there's a combination of fear and amusement.
Mm.
If the Emperor from Star Wars was a planet,
Mm.
it would be this planet. Force lightning. Ah!
That probe.
How dare it probe? I mean, it didn't even ask him. Didn't buy him dinner. Come on,
Buy me a drink first.
please. I always like those padded things on the ramp. They just looked really comfortable. Like I just going to lean. I would lean against them a lot. I'd be like, "Oh, this is so nice."
I always want to know what they are. Like, are they like lockers? Or does everybody get a cubby? They're like, you know, Riker's
almost look
lunch
like
is
they
in one
should
of
be
them.
Drawers.
Yeah.
But it's probably, I mean, that's probably all part of the computer.
Yeah. Realistically.
They're like different. They're like core processors for the ship's computer or something.
Wesley needs to
Oh.
talk about life with his father figure.
Awkward. He's so awkward. He's like playing awkward. It's really good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's like, I just wanted to talk about Iconian myths. That's all. I'm not bothered by the death of thousands of people.
Totally comfortable with it. Totally comfortable with it.
Sitting
How
in
come
a
you
chair
guys
like
are
a
all so
human.
okay with it?
Right.
He hasn't been hanging around Riker enough to learn how to sit in a chair like a man.
The Iconians come up not really in the show as much as they do like in the books and on Star Trek Online. Like this idea of the Iconians has been picked up a few times. I think there's a novel or two where they're referenced. I mean, I
Makes
said
sense.
books, but
And is it just sort of an intergalactic version of like the lost civilization of Atlantis or
Yeah.
something like that?
kind of, yeah. They're
The
like
Atlanteans were disappeared.
it's their portals that we find later that I think make them so fascinating. Oh,
The
let's talk
technology
about,
was dormant for 20,000 years and
Well,
just picks right back up.
and just
I'm
that's
still-
some good engineering right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All those people.
That's got to be
Yeah.
wild.
I thought he was talking about his girlfriend for a second, who turned into a Wookiee.
Yeah, they
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
talked about that. again.
Yeah, there's no fallout for him. He just moved on. But the Yamato exploding before his eyes, he wasn't even on duty. He wasn't
Yeah, he
up there.
was.
Was
Yeah,
he?
he
Yeah,
was.
he
he
was.
was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Because Data wasn't at the engineering.
Oh,
the
at the
con
yeah.
Yeah, and he just
at
reacted.
ops. There's a lot of ops.
Oh, I think this is the first time that he says tea Earl Grey hot, and he doesn't.
That's
get
the
tea
first
Earl Grey
time.
hot.
No,
I think so,
really
like in that order. Tea Earl Grey hot,
Oh,
and it becomes such a like trope, you know.
it's a. I mean, I
Not a
can't
trope,
believe he
a
doesn't say it every
catchphrase.
episode.
Ooh, those pants are tight.
Who does pets take? That's what your takeaway was from that establishing shot.
Right.
hmm
Why did it
Again-
print him a small bird of paradise? I don't know.
We don't know. Jordy is wheeling back and forth in his 80s office chair to try to figure it out.
That is
Yeah,
a
I mean that
nice
was
chair.
I mean, just glided so smoothly. Didn't get caught on the carpeting.
Right. Look at
Here he
him.
goes back.
Whee!
And he's
even
got
has
the
a
little
little
rail.
railing.
Yeah. Help him, well, because you got to pull yourself along without hitting things on the console, because then
Right.
you could, I don't know, mix the matter and antimatter and make it go boom.
Make it go.
That's no bueno.
boom.
It's no good.
I love that ship.
Oh, they arrived.
Here it is.
Yeah, I love the
She's a
Enterprise D.
nice ship.
She's beautiful.
Very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, good lines.
She's shapely.
There's no B plot in this episode, is there?
Not really. I think it's just it becomes the away team on the planet versus what's happening on the ship.
Hmm.
Oh, 200,000, not 20,000. Again, great engineering.
Right. That sucker's built to last.
Man,
Yep.
They bombarded that planet so hard it's still smoking 200,000 years later.
Did they say that? Oh. It's the probe. It's the Emperor Palpatine probe.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, don't tractor it.
That's what they did, right? That's what
Right.
the Yamato did. Don't do it.
Like-
Don't do it.
Oh, now I'm buffering.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
you can't buffer right now. This is the part.
I know.
This is Jordy's Emmy clip.
This is
Ladies and gentlemen, LeVar Burton.
Oh, this, yeah.
your
this is-
consideration.
oh, yay. Here it comes.
Here we
Get
go.
ready.
Here we go. How many? We got a lot
Whoa.
of G's. We got a lot of G's.
I think I rode this ride at Epcot.
This is the Tower of Terror version of the turbo lift.
He's like sweating. Look at him.
Yeah.
That's some acting right there. Whoa. I don't even know how they did that shot. Like, they must have flipped the whole thing on its side. Whoa.
My glasses. My
Look, he's
glasses.
having like a Velma from Scooby-Doo moment. Chinkies. The best is how he sticks the landing here. Wow! Yes. Yeah, give that man an Emmy.
I do like that Picard was just like, okay,
He was-
Jordy just got ejected from the tractor beam. I'm not going to ask questions. And then, like, humor. There's
Oh, yeah,
a lot
some
of
humor,
humor
yeah.
in this episode.
Welcome to the bridge, Mr. LaForge.
Would have no chance. No chance.
This
That's
is
so
an episode with an
memorable.
interesting amount of action, and Riker doesn't have a lot to do, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah. I haven't seen him climb over the back of a chair yet.
No. I mean, right now he's already sitting. That's a wasted opportunity, really.
I think those chairs might be too high in the conference room.
Oh, don't limit him. No one puts Riker in a corner. Oh my goodness. That's terrifying. To be in a tin can in
So-
space that's run by a computer that's being rewritten.
Right. Well, it's very 2001, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't
I'm
let you
sorry,
do that,
Dave.
Steve.
I can't let you do that. I need to watch that movie again. It's been so long. I don't.
Hal
really
is just
remember.
one letter away from IBM.
What? Is that true?
Yeah.
I
I
Hal,
guess that's true. Yeah, you're right.
IBM.
Each one is one letter
it's
off.
one letter before.
Oh Jesus.
Mind blown. Your conspiracy
Stanley
theories?
Kubrick meant to do that. I mean, it's not even a thing.
It's just one letter off from
Nostradamus.
Halo.
90%.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous statistic.
That is ridiculous. 90% of what happens on the ship is done automatically. Like what? I mean, I know the ship cleans itself.
Oh,
But,
but think about the warp core and things like that. There's no way that any of that could be manual. That has to be automated because it has to be so fast.
Sorry,
Pulaski
before we
does
miss
not
this,
do well under pressure.
this
She's
poor,
just complaining.
this poor doctor or nurse,
this-
she's just like bitches him out, and then he just walks away. Poor guy doesn't even have any lines.
He's like, this ship is falling apart. And he's like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it?
He's
I'm
like,
a nurse.
It's not my fault. I'm
Like, I work in the med bay. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm not a computer engineer.
and here she's saying, yeah, like make a splint, like I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
That
Well, and
doctor's
she
like,
refers to it as a very ancient form of medicine, which, once again, Star Trek likes to refer to anything from the current day as ancient, which is not how we do stuff. Stuff from
That's
the
true.
1600s is not ancient. This is more humor.
the way Geordi or the way Data responds to Geordi. That's funny.
And then this part, Data's face, and then this. Thanks, Data. I noticed.
Random results.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
funny. That's good comedy. In contrast to the Pulaski scene. As much as I like her, it's a weird scene. I wonder how old the splint is. I mean, maybe they were doing splints in like ancient Greece or something. I don't know.
Right, but
But we're still doing them.
well, yeah. I mean, I think that they probably used leeches thousands of years ago, but we used leeches a few hundred years ago. We refer to it as an antiquated form
That's
of medicine,
true.
a debunked form of medicine, but it's not ancient.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Ancient.
Ancient is, I don't know, whatever the Greeks did in 1000 BC.
Ancient would be like embalming your organs to
Like the
put
Egyptians.
Into
did.
jars.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Take the razor blade, stick it up the nose, and swirl it around to get all
Right,
those
yeah.
nasty, useless brain pieces out.
yeah,
little
mummification is probably, I would consider that an ancient.
There was the panel on the floor. There was the same thing behind the captain's head in the other ship. We can't rewind, but trust me, it was the same prop.
Oh,
believe
they
you.
so they took it out of the transporter room set, and then they put it on the. You think it
Like
is
that panel laying around means we're working on stuff. That's
bloop
funny.
bloop 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 bloop.
Oh, I forgot.
How's-
We do get a little of Riker
Did
on
they
the
get
bridge
did
here.
they get blipped by the
Yeah.
thing too?
Her
The
hair
Romulans?
is epic.
Not yet.
Oh fuck!
It's very 80s.
It's like Gozer, like
yes.
Yep.
freaking like
Yep.
Gozer the Gozerian.
Are you a god?
Are you a god?
Oh, drama and nothing.
Wesley's going on an emotional roller coaster.
Their
this
shit was
episode.
malfunctioning, right?
Poor Wesley. Like, is this supposed to be
Is that a
fun?
thing? Is that like just
fate?
You know the old saying
schools and
about ships named
ships named
Enterprise.
Enterprise. Oh, shields are up and shields are down.
And they're down. And they're up. And they're down. I swear
This
this
is
never
funny.
happens.
Yeah, this is funny.
Yeah. That's what the
Troy
joke is,
even
right?
says, she's
It's
like,
that-
this would be funny.
Yeah, it's funny right now.
Yeah, it's funny.
I
She's
know
wrong.
they're
It's funny
upset,
right now.
but yeah, it's actually funny. See,
she's trying not
amused.
to laugh. She's like, rocks. He's funny. Probably
other
gonna
ship-
sleep with him later.
What percentage of the ship has Riker dated at this point?
Oh, define dated.
Penetrated deep into their neutral zones?
I've claimed this planet. It's mine.
It's
Wrong.
mine now.
just
I
did.
saw it and I want it. Flag.
My shoulder pads are much larger
Oh.
than yours. If Tim were watching
mean-
this, he would point out that the distortion on the screen looks like a videotape distortion, and
Mhm.
that's not how distortion would work today. Like they got that
Right.
wrong.
Oh yeah, it'd be
That's
like
very
Zoom.
80s
It'd be
looking
like
distortion.
Yeah.
how
Right.
it glitches on Zoom, right? Like
They would make
Mhm.
it pixelate or something.
yeah.
It looks like they need to like smack the TV or wiggle the bunny ears. Oh right. They almost get probed too. Boo. But their systems are already being affected like the Enterprise's because they also viewed the Yamato's logs.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they couldn't re-engage their cloak.
Right. It looks like they were going to fire their weapons.
Yeah,
and
no, they
powered
watched the
down.
logs too. When we watched the logs, and we saw the Force Lightning planet probe.
Try to keep the shields up.
Shouldn't the logs have been like super encrypted so that only another Federation captain or starship could?
I don't understand how
Yeah.
Wesley was the only one to think of that.
What did he just say?
He's like, well, if the shields are up, we can't get the away team back, and he
Oh.
just looked. Riker was like, he looked like he had never
Like,
thought
what?
of that ever. Like
That's
he
how
didn't know
shields
that.
work?
What? You mean we can't? It was like everyone knows that.
Yes, Aaron, I would think that it would be really encrypted, but I don't know. Maybe they've hacked the code.
I feel like we've seen this set before, also. Just
I mean, that's
slightly
problematic.
redressed.
It looks really familiar.
I
It looks a
think this
little
was that-
original series.
Yeah,
Or
I
little
would be
Doctor
interested
Who.
to know. It sort of looks like that guy's
little-
house, like the
Oh, Riva?
yeah, Riva's house.
Only with and the ball in the middle kind of looks like the Ferengi probe thing that was torturing Picard in that one
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, they have to like figure.
Making-
I remember this part. Yeah, they have to figure out the code, and they're like,
So the universal translator doesn't know this language at all because it's so old.
It's 200,000 years old,
200,000 years old.
or went extinct 200,000 years ago. I mean, who knows
Yeah.
for how long the civilization dominated?
Right?
no,
But
don't
Picard
do it,
is such a
Data. Don't do it.
brainiac.
It's spoopy.
Yeah, he's like
I love that he looks at it and he's like, it looks familiar. I think it's similar to these languages. Compare them and extrapolate.
he's like a detective. He's like, oh, there's clues here and here. Let's piece together what we think it might be.
All right.
Troy
right,
is
we need to
being
put on a
so
concert.
useful this episode.
She is.
Like, it's nice to see them actually using her. Getting people ready to evacuate. That'll
No,
keep them
I think-
occupied.
I think
Start
my idea is
packing.
better. Put on a concert. We need to give them something else to focus on.
I like that idea. We're gonna do a bake sale.
Right? Riker's like, I got my trombone.
I'm ready.
Do a little open mic night.
Oh, yeah.
Need a little more light on me. Light in the maybe not that much. Jesus
10
Christ.
forward after midnight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some sweet jazz.
Oh, if
Some
only
sick
Dr. Crusher was here,
jazz.
we could have a really interesting, weird play.
The Dancing Doctor. Yeah, I feel like Pulaski would just read weird poetry.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, this is another humor moment. This would appear to be manual override. Oh, that was not manual override. They've opened up a Stargate.
It's so
I
exciting.
mean, this is literally a Stargate, right? Isn't that the premise behind Stargate? They're like portals into other planets.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that they stole it from Stargate or vice versa. I'm sure it goes way back, but
Well, this seems to just drop you at different points in space. I'm assuming not space and time, but just space.
oh, sure.
But Stargate, I think, transports you to its like sister portal in another space and time.
That makes sense.
It's two ends of the same tunnel, essentially, that when you pass through it, it instantly takes you from one to the other. Whereas this almost seems like an access point to several different locations. And when they get to the other location, there's nothing there. Like there's no reason why this technology should be on the Enterprise, except maybe that the Enterprise has been infected.
No, I think you're. It's more like a transporter. It's not like a Stargate, which the way you described it. Now I'm thinking that's like a vanishing cabinet from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Also, Data clearly put it on shuffle because it's just shuffling through like destinations.
Like, would you like to go here? Would you like to know more? Would you like to go here? It looks like a travel brochure. It's like the beautiful coast of Iconia.
It's like on iTunes when you accidentally shuffle your entire library, not the individual playlists.
Yes.
So you open it up and it's like a song from Urinetown, and then it's something from an emo phase in the late 90s, and then it's
a voice memo from your first iPhone.
Yeah.
Then it's a book on tape. You know, it's an audio
chapter like 13 of a book on tape.
Look,
and then
look where they are.
And then a little bit of Mendelssohn.
It's the Enterprise.
According to Memory Alpha, some of the stock photos
scroll back
are the Toronto City Hall. They could have jumped to the Toronto City Hall, or Mount Temple near Lake Louise, Canada. So there are two. The Iconian Gateway has two Canada connections.
Oh,
interesting.
So I don't know why. Maybe those images were free.
Oh no, bad news bears.
Oh no. Poor Data. He done got zapped.
Oh, I have access. That was manual override.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still on shuffle.
Well, once it's on shuffle, I mean,
You have
Data,
to select
can you
a
hear
playlist.
me? Data, can you hear me?
This is almost creepy, like broken Data, the way he talks.
yeah.
We don't see this often.
Well, and also even the way he's holding his head, it looks wrong.
Yeah.
And he's so good. Brent Spiner's so freaking good in everything he does.
The Enterprise again. That guy standing in my station.
How did Worf just knows how long it was in between? He's just got a clock running in his head.
That is a very
That doesn't
secret
make
Klingon
sense.
warrior power. Is you can time. You have a perfect sense of time
I mean, like Data could have.
within 5 minutes.
Data could have done that. Data
Right.
could have told you exactly how many milliseconds it was.
But I think Picard would have had a better chance of doing it, of knowing than Worf telling how long it's been. That shot of the tricorder, I remember like pausing my VHS of that and like obsessing with the tricorder and trying to like sketch it as a child because I wanted to like make my own. And then I got the like Playmates tricorder, the toy version.
I had that too.
Yeah?
I don't know what happened to it. I had a
Amazing.
phaser and I had a tricorder.
There are people who make these really high quality prop replicas that have like little touch screens in them and stuff now. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can put a lot of money into a fun Star Trek props. I just watch it on YouTube. I don't have the money to make a tricorder.
Oh man.
This episode gets a little tedious. It's like it could have used a B plot of some sort. I feel like we're stretching this out.
Brent Spiner's not blinking.
Oh, you're right.
That can't be easy with contacts in.
Yeah. That's a detail I didn't notice. It's interesting that he chose that's part of his like broken paralysis is that he doesn't blink.
Yeah, well, because his eyes aren't functioning, so why would an android be blinking?
Blindness.
Those look like Venetian blinds in the background.
I think they are.
This is like the world's hardest game of Simon.
Yes, it does look like Simon, doesn't it? Red, blue, blue, blue. I was so bad at that game.
Blue. And humor.
More humor.
I hope there's not a stutter.
It does remind me of a TARDIS interior.
It's such a TARDIS.
Right?
It's a circular thing in the middle with a bunch of buttons and things that don't mean anything.
Right.
And a planet that sort of has its own intelligence and just does wacky things.
Yeah.
It's a TARDIS.
They've stumbled onto a TARDIS.
Lots of timey-wimey stuff.
Wibbly wobbly. I realized today that Doctor Who doesn't stream on Netflix anymore or Hulu.
It's on
or
the
any place where I can
HBO
watch
Max.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on HBO Max?
Been watching it
Yep.
on the HBO.
Oh.
Yep. I was finally able to catch
Look
up on
at
my
it, just
Jodie
showed up
Whittaker.
right there.
Oh, I need to. That's
It's
what I
just
was
there.
trying to do. Oh, now we know what's inside those things. They were open. There's just plastic panels behind them. And they
Just
come off
more.
in giant sheets, apparently.
Yeah, I think it's padded, so like for impact, like if you're coming down the ramp and you don't have anything to hold on to, you get thrown into the wall.
So
It's
when they do
softer.
that thing when everyone just goes,
Right.
ah.
Or if the turbolift ejects you into the bridge, you slam yourself up against it like Jordy did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh no.
He's gone.
Data's dead. Spoilers, he's not
What
really
a
dead.
what a great character that would have been to see across all seasons of this show.
Right. He's with Tasha now.
He is fully functional.
They're in their
Programmed.
afterlife together.
Programmed in a number of
variety
techniques.
of techniques.
A variety of yeah, right.
A number. Yeah.
I think it's
you get the
variety.
gist.
Grease.
Yeah.
Multiple techniques?
Simon.
Simon
says.
Oh, I like the countdown in some mysterious language.
Is that Majel Barrett's voice?
Oh, it might have been. It probably was. Don Dog Ying.
Hey, what's up?
Don Dog.
I'm fine.
Anything. Oh, he's alive. He's like, I just saw Tasha. I was with her.
I was in a tunnel headed for this warm white light. And I swear Tasha was there and she looked good. She said, Turn around, girlfriend.
By turning it off and turning it back on. Is that the solution?
The solution is to fucking reboot.
It's like the IT solution. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
This was actually an episode of the IT crowd. IT, have you turned?
Yeah.
It's too late. I can't do it. IT, have you tried turning it off and on again?
This is how they answered the phone. I need to watch that again too.
That's an easy one to binge. It's only 3 series. And I think each series doesn't have a ton of episodes because it's BBC.
Yeah, they usually don't.
They go for quality over quantity.
That's a good show, though. I like it.
That's not the American
A lot of
way.
like early British comedians who are like really big now.
Yeah.
Well, UK comedians.
God, those costumes are not flattering. None of those 3 guys look good in that costume. I'm glad in the next season they're going to a different top.
I don't know that that's fair. They all still looked good because they are very good-looking people.
Yes, you're right.
But it wasn't
Flattering.
as flattering as later versions.
It doesn't hide any belly at all, and they have undergarments that like I don't want to say cinching, but things that to make them flatter. But
Like
is he going onto the Romulan ship? Oh, he's going onto the Romulan.
It's Romulan.
So yeah, he just like walked through like in a very Quantum Leap sort of a special effect. He's on the Romulan ship. Luckily, their shields are down. I love that they don't disarm him. She's like, leave him alone. Let him keep his phaser.
Let this assassin attempt to take me down.
I want it to be a fair fight. God, those shoulders.
They're so amazing.
The Romulan and Klingon ships are always so dark inside.
Are you supposed to be able to speak and be heard while being transported?
I thought about that too. Like, what if his vocal cords had dematerialized? Like, he would be like,
I think it's just a general like fade out all over. So he'd just be like, you just get quieter. You get quieter as you go back.
Just gets distant.
Not I think today.
That's perfect. Get us out of here. It's O'Brien.
I love Miles O'Brien.
The most important person in Starfleet.
Yeah.
Is
Like
there
boring.
more?
He's like, I don't know, I'm shit faced.
At the end,
Wait a minute. What?
I love-
Why
Then
is
they leave too. What?
there's
Like,
a little explosion happening on the planet with the thing, and they just like fly away. They're like, and it's over.
yeah. Well, the Romulans got away too, which is weird. But like, because
They
were
told them how to
oh, they did
fix
tell
themselves.
them.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
like
right. I forgot about
transmitted it really
that.
fast. I was talking over it. Oh my gosh! Now it's
We're not
going on
doing
to
the
next
next
episode.
one. We're not
Nope.
doing the next
Not
one
today.
yet.
NASA?
Oh, there's little Parker.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
little
woke
buddy
up when
bud.
he heard the theme music.
Oh, he woke up.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't look back on this episode very fondly.
Yeah, we're not missing much. You know
I
what I mean?
think that it's drawn out. It has pacing issues. There are moments that are great, like the Geordi in the turbo lift, Data throwing Geordi across. Poor Geordi throwing Geordi across the engineering.
Yeah.
This was physically difficult episode for LeVar Burton.
Even Pulaski and the splint thing is kind of a character moment for her. Like, and the Iconian gateways are cool and they come back. But as an episode, I think it really doesn't hold up.
Not my favorite for sure. I don't think this cracks the top 10 in season 2
No,
even.
I don't think so. Not even in season 2.
Yeah.
No,
But, I always enjoy time on the Enterprise, so I'm not gonna complain
Absolutely.
too much, right? But
And this is one of those episodes where you can watch it and really enjoy people's individual performances and what what their characters are doing, what they're bringing to the table, even if the overall plot of the episode is kind of
Yeah, like
I mean, everybody really does get a moment to shine in this. Like, Picard watching the logs and being upset about the loss of the Yamato. I mean, Brent Spiner, Wesley's awkward. Like, I can't help but think about all these people. Like, struggle. Geordi, I mean, LeVar Burton's amazing performance physically and. He's like, wait, oh God! Like,
I think a lot of that was really him too. It didn't look like a stunt double because his face was so.
Marina Sirtis, actually doing her job as ship's counselor for one of the very first times, like being like, maybe this is totally fucking stupid.
She fully earned her seat next to the captain in this episode. Sometimes it's like, why is she on the bridge all the time? Shouldn't she be counseling people? But she actually does serve a bridge function in advising the captain in situations. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, I think I agree with you, Aaron. There's a lot to enjoy, and it's one of those episodes where we've only got one plot to worry about. The main. There's no B plot really. Yeah, and we're just sitting here and we're just enjoying them dealing with this problem. And there's a lot to enjoy. There's a lot to enjoy, as even though the episode is a little bit choppy, maybe. Yeah. But it's like if it comes on, I'm not going to change the channel.
I'm not going to kick it out of bed. You know what I mean?
Right. But if I'm flipping through Netflix and through seasons and episodes, I'm probably not going to choose it.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Star Trek is like pizza. Even if it's bad, it's pretty good.
Yeah. That's
absolutely.
True. Yeah.
So maybe really a couple episodes.
We seem to have frozen. We'll see if it comes back. There it is. Sorry, we froze for a second.
Your video was frozen?
Yeah, it froze for a second. But we're almost to the end anyway, so we're good.
Yeah, we won't stop and redo anything.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Leave it in. Leave it in.
There might be just a clip of just Ben going, wait, what's happening?
At least I didn't take off into a tirade of swearing this time. I was like, wait, I think we're frozen. And then you guys came back, so it was okay. But
always listen to the very end of the episode because sometimes there's
little
Ben cussing at the end.
So little gifts.
Fun little gifts for the fans. That's what we do it for.
That's it. Amazing.
Do it for
all those. Do it for the Patreon, baby.
Yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up for this one. Again, thank you guys for listening to us rattle on about this 30-year-old television show. 35? 1989. How long ago was that? 31?
31.
31 years
31 years.
It's crazy. Make sure you check out our Patreon where you can become a part of our crew and get special perks. You can find us on social media areas such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Our handle is @HailingFreakOpen. That's FREQ. And our webpage is hailingfrequenciesopen.com, where you can read our updated bios now that Ben has given us a bio for the website.
I'm there. I'm official. I'm on the show, you guys. All right.
We have bios?
You sent me one when I first
years ago, I believe. And it took me a solid, 2 years to get anything down on paper. So
I feel like little Parker needs a picture.
Little Parker bio, Ensign Parker.
Little Ensign Parker.
Ensign
little Cadet
Parker. I know. I prematurely promoted him to Lieutenant Commander, but he's not qualified.
If Wesley can just randomly be the helmsman as a child.
He's asleep again. He was awake 30 seconds ago.
And then he's like,
puppies.
hey, guess what? That's funny. Amazing. All right. Well, I guess until next time, friends.
Hailing frequencies closed.
No goodbyes. Just good memories. Hailing frequencies closed, sir.